Picture this. You're at family dinner. You stretch your fingers and crack, crack, crack. That satisfying pop of your knuckles. And before you can even reach for the mashed potatoes, Grandma slaps your hand and says, "Stop that! You'll get arthritis when you're older." Sound familiar? Almost all of us have heard this warning at some point, from a parent, a teacher, maybe even a doctor's office poster. It's one of those facts that gets passed down like a family recipe, except nobody ever checks if it's actually true. So today we're going to settle this once and for all. Is knuckle cracking secretly wrecking your joints? Or is this just another old wives' tale? By the end of this video, you'll know exactly what's happening inside your joint. To understand if cracking your knuckles is dangerous, we first need to understand what's actually making that noise. It's not your bones grinding together. That would genuinely hurt. Every joint in your body is cushioned by something called synovial fluid, a slippery liquid that lubricates the joint, kind of like oil in an engine. This fluid is packed with dissolved gases, mostly carbon dioxide. When you stretch or bend your finger far enough, you create extra space inside the joint capsule. That sudden drop in pressure causes the dissolved gas to rapidly form a bubble, and that bubble collapsing is what makes the pop sound. Scientists call this tribonucleation. This was actually confirmed with real-time MRI footage in a widely cited 2015 study out of the University of Alberta. Researchers watched the joint in real time and saw the bubble appear the exact instant the pop happened. So the sound is just physics. Gas escaping a tight space. No bones cracking, no cartilage grinding. That's an important piece of the puzzle already. The sound itself isn't damage. It's just a gas bubble. Now here's where the story gets genuinely fun, because someone actually tested this myth on himself for 6 decades. Dr. Donald Unger grew up hearing the same warning you probably did. Crack your knuckles. Get arthritis. So, starting as a teenager, he committed to a very unusual experiment. For over 60 years, he cracked the knuckles on his left hand every single day and never cracked the knuckles on his right hand. At the end of it all, he had x-rays and exams done on both hands. The result? No arthritis in either hand, no meaningful difference at all. His work was even recognized with the Ig Nobel Prize, a real, if tongue-in-cheek, award for science that makes people laugh then think. Now, one guy's hands aren't a full scientific study, but it lines up with something much bigger. Beyond Dr. Unger's personal experiment, researchers have studied this question in actual populations, comparing habitual knuckle crackers to non-crackers. A well-known study published in the Journal of the American Board of Family Medicine compared over 200 people, some who cracked their knuckles regularly and some who didn't. When they looked at rates of osteoarthritis, the wear and tear type of arthritis most people worry about, there was no significant difference between the two groups. So across multiple studies over the years, the pattern holds: cracking your knuckles doesn't appear to cause osteoarthritis. But, and this is important, that doesn't mean it's completely consequence-free. Let's talk about what it might actually do. One study found that habitual knuckle crackers had slightly reduced grip strength and some hand swelling compared to non-crackers. Although, interestingly, they didn't have more arthritis. So the joints looked fine on x-ray, but grip strength was a touch weaker in some cases. So let's go back to that dinner table. Grandma slaps your hand and warns you about arthritis. Except now, you've got the receipts. You can tell her about the gas bubbles in the joint fluid, about Dr. Unger's 60-year hand experiment, and about the actual studies that found no link between knuckle cracking and arthritis. Myths like this one stick around because they sound believable and get repeated for generations. But real science, tested over and over, tells a different story. If this video cleared up something you've wondered about for years, hit subscribe, because we're breaking down more health myths just like this one, backed by real science every week. Drop a comment. What's a health myth you've always wanted us to fact check? See you in the next video.